Hi, and welcome back again to another episode of Words with Al. And so I thought that I'm just going to go through the remaining words. This is just the beginning, okay? There is lot more that I need to share with you guys. But this discovery is quite recent for me. I've been going through this roller coaster of sensations because you will get to see why. Because, well, in the end, I will reveal the philosophy that is ingrained in our language, in our common Indo-European language. So you will see what reality our previous self realized and based their words on. So, in other words, we will see what sound means, what creation means, what life means. Yeah, we will see a lot of things. Okay, so, and this is a very beautiful unfolding of their mind, of their psyche, of their understanding, but also of their intelligence of existence itself. It's rather, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see to it. I'm not gonna hype this up. This is not a hyping. This is more an admiration and yeah, truly an admiration in my absolute humbleness. Uh, that's all I can say. This is just my humble approach to what belongs to us all. So, without further ado, let's go on. Because we have the word orbis. Orbis. Here I found several words that describe this word more properly. Or, which means round, so a circle surrounding, and be, which means falling, being. So time that is falling, or that circles and falls. Okay, so that's orbis. Well, we also get like orbit, obviously. So yeah. Stella, the Latin word for star. Stella. This is not something any Albanians can find connections to immediately. But if you do a little bit of proper perusing, if you analyze this properly and look at this word, you will find that it consists of the monosyllables Ashtë, el, Ashtë, ella, okay, which means is star. So you will find the L becoming, ul becoming an L, okay? And then they put the ST in front. So Stella, Ashtë, L. Okay, this is just old, very old Albanian because it is not Albanian anymore. It became Latin, it became Italian, it became other, now another language. So it lost its root. It didn't lose it, but it created something else. That's how languages are. Nothing. Yeah, some words belong to specific groups of people who made them and used them, and then with time that became that distinct language. But the root sounds remains the same. Okay, the distinction is how the specific groups of people decided to use those sounds and how they arranged their units so to convey, right? But this is it. Is a star is what we get. So this is like old Indo-European. The reason why I say Albanian is very close to European because it just has the roots. It still just uses the roots. It doesn't use a lot of. It doesn't have more syllables. It has just the simple syllables, which makes it sound almost is Asiatic, because you find so simple words and sounds, and it just doesn't sound European at all. So okay, so but that explains it. That explains why Albanian is a much less developed language. It is still holding on to its roots. It is very primitive, in other words. But that makes it also very, very old. Okay. So we have then the word lieber. Lieber, here we also find library. We find quite a lot of things afterwards with time. But lieber and liberation, obviously, we find many things here. But in the monosyllables, we find li, which is untied, free, born, and ber, to do or make. So made free, made unbound, right? So that is lieber. Okay. Amor. Yes, in the previous video we spoke about mor, mortal, mort, death itself, which is not so very far from love, as I also said. And the reason for that is because it is something that takes you. Love takes you, and death takes you. It is something you just cannot control. This is not something to do with you. This is something to do with what you are a part of. That cycle that is ongoing now, that you are a part of, and that will take you. It will grab you, baby, and you will be changed. Now we have the word spiritus. Spiritus. Spirit. Spirit. Spir. Inspire. Spire. To spire. Right? Many, many, many words. And what we find here is that it is literally the breath. It is the breath. So spirit is the breath. Okay? And the breath is something that just can't be measured or even seen. So it is but it is also then referred to the soul, the spirit, because it is space itself, kind of. It's because it is unseen. Okay, but we find more. We find also home. Okay, and a spare, spi, something to spare. That's where the actual word spare comes from. And then you have clear out, meshpi. But then you have re, new, and ti, or it, spirit. So we suddenly find his new home. Right? So your new home, this body. Yes. Because your life, right? Mm, yeah. Yeah, but that's not probably what it is. It probably just means spire, spir, spir, to spire. Okay? But that is also where we then have what is spiring inside of us. Okay. Now let's go on. We have then the word meditation. I did explain this in the previous and the short one, but here we will go through it a bit more. So, in essence, what we find here is that this word is fully Albanian, because it can only be explained using the Albanian monosyllable. It is Indo-European, okay? Indo-European. It's yeah. Let's not make this about politics again. But what we find here is medit. Medit. Meditu is to always know, to know. Medit. Again, dia. Dia is always knowledge, awareness, presence, light, consciousness, almost. It's not consciousness. No, that's not right. It is awareness. There we go. It is awareness. And then, yes, so, but obviously I know that tion means like the thing. So the object of meditation, I know that that is a grammatical feature that was added much later, obviously. But ironically, ironically here, we do find tion, metiu, tinglu. Tiu means to tingle, okay? Tiu, that's like a simpler form of tingle. Tiu, okay, so tiu, 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 tiu. Okay, so this is right. See how logical it is. Once you do the sounds and you actually do the you say them, you speak them out, right? Then you get it. So so like so meditation means to be in a continuous state of awareness, of tingling. You have to register the tingling of your being within. So it is meditation. Okay. See, I told you we are going to go through a massive, massive journey here. This is a big journey. This is a journey through space and time, through thousands of years of action of man and woman living out their lives. And we are looking into it, like really into the bones of it, okay? So if you're not being moved now, you're not really knowing what is happening here, because this is ancient. Like I can't describe this. I'm so privileged to discover this. Okay. Right. So another word again, secure. We find I spoke about this in the comment field with someone, but yes, in the end you will find sigur, and this is also still found in Albanian. So this either shows that well, it literally comes this must be an old word, because England must have taken it from the time when they were more Illyrian speaking, like on the islands, because this means exactly like rock. Si gur. Gur is the precursor to gorge, to everything that has to do with rock. And you hear the gore, gorgeous, gargile, um, gorge. Yeah, there are many words within languages that uses that that root, and it all pertains to rock. Rock. So like rock, strong, unshakable, dependable, safe, secure. Okay. And then we find the word act. Act. And this is still found in Albanian, ag. Ag. And ag is means many things. It means dawn. It means agon, ago. So we have the Albanians have the word ago, which is then reago, react. Okay. But from ag, we find that is pretty much act, go, ag, go. Yeah, ago. But og is dawn, something rising. But yes, I did explain it here, and you will see that this is pretty much a direct carryover. But because do remember that the Albanian speaking people did not has not been in contact with England since the Roman times. Okay, so we just have to delete. We can't look at the modern times from now, right? Because now Albanian has changed a lot, and it has also taken more and used English, even Albanized English words again, but like from now, like the last 30 years um, since the fall of communism. But these words represent an old time, like well, not old, but 2,000 years old at least. We have to go back to the Roman time to see that this interaction between Albanians and the Anglo-Saxon people occurred. Okay, and even the Germanic. We know that the Goths and the Germanic tribes ventured into Rome and obviously captured it. So that's how word traveled, right? Okay. So we go on. We have the next word, academia, academy, and we find akadi. Akadi has it knowledge, or it has knowledge. Akadi, akadia, akadima, akadima. Is there more knowledge? But yes, so this is fully explained using Albanian monosyllables. I was thinking about this word, right? Right. Because of Terra, the previous video, which was Earth, flat, rot. And I was like, right, rot. And I was like, could there possibly be, right? Because as I'm telling you, I am going through this journey now. This is not something that is set in stone, but this is there are so many examples now that this is nothing here is a coincidence anymore. But so I was looking at the story of these words because I have to look at the story also, what we know historically, so that I don't miss like a lot. Even though it doesn't matter, because I'm not saying that I'm absolute here. I'm not being absolute. I'm saying that I am discovering it, and it is a journey. So yes, and there's a lot more to discover. You will see. So, what does this mean then? This we find. What do we find? We find rat, rit, the which means to direct, right? Right. But rat is flat, and rit is rise or grow or stand straight. So there are many things here, but I found the older words, the older forms of the English ones, rit, ritan, rita, rit, which means actually to rise. So what is right is also standing straight as a line. Okay. So to grow, to rise, to stand tall. Right. Rit. Rit. Okay. Then I thought of what about straight? And this obviously has a fully Albanian etymology, and like this is fully Albanian. This is not even Roman. I don't get how this could have happened because, as I said, Albanians have not had contact with Anglo Saxons for a well, 2,000 years at least. So, and the reason why this has to be fully Albanian or originating from Albania is because this can be divided or reduced to its smallest forms, and we still get the same word. So, look at this. So, straight, 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 right? Phonetically the same. Like, this is ridiculous. But then, me shtrejtu, right? And then you have to shtre, which means to lay forward. Shtre, where we get then shtru, structure, so straight, structure, um, and many others. Yeah, but even like even ChatGPT was like same consonant skeleton, STRT. So yes, straight, straightu, stra, which means straight. Para. Okay, let's go to the last one. I think this is not next last, and this is also very, very, very beautiful. Okay, this is a very old word. Now we're talking very, very, very old. Now we're talking 80,000. 100,000, maybe even more. Okay, this is very old. This is a super old word for us Indo-Europeans, and probably also the other ones because we connect here. You see, Ash, um, Ashtë is ish. Okay, now we have many explanations here, but these the Albanian Ashtë, knuckles, um, also mean is. Okay, so the bones are what really are. Okay, so the seems as existence is based on bones. I mean, that was the closest thing you could get to the truth, to the bones. So, and then we have from ashes to ashes. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Um, so what? Okay, let me just read. Asht in Albanian means bone, skeleton. Ashes, what remains after burning. Present tense of to be is. Okay, so that is what we get. But so this is the word that with in England became R, but they kept ash. Okay, but that became the is became R for the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings because they use ar still. So this is from this. The Germans use isht, isht, but the Albanians use ish for past. But ash is now, which is in England. Well, yeah, which is in England. Okay, so that's how we are connecting all these things and ideas, and it's just unfolding, and it is beautiful. And then I just took the last one. This is obviously not so very important word in per se because it's not used and it's not really properly understood. But the explanation here is ether, uh, Ethë, which means the sense of sense. So it's not fully sensation, but it is like perception. Well, no, it is sensation. Ethë is sensation. No, that is what it is. Esha is sensation. Uh, but it is more. It's very difficult to explain. It's of the psyche as well, and it is of the senses. It's very difficult, this one. But at least we do get an actual explanation here because that's also what we hear from the history. So so that was it. Okay. So that was it for today. I will do some more. I think I have to finish my book now because I need to post some books. Okay, and share this story and share it with you guys. I think that we have a lot to learn and remember from our past that we have forgot. And thankfully, it is all written in sound. So thank you for listening and have a good evening. Thank you.